Hai, Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Jika anda pertama kali hadir ke channel ni, selamat datang saya ucapkan. Jika anda pernah hadir dan kembali semula, terima kasih kerana sudi kembali. Jadi pada video kali ini, kita nak discuss lagi beberapa examples related to linear motion graph from chapter 2. Tapi sebelum kita mula, apa kata cek juga video ini kerana di dalam video ini mengandungi beberapa examples yang telah saya bincangkan dahulu dan saya rasa ia memberi manfaat kepada anda semua. Jadi, apa tunggu lagi? Jom kita mula. Okay, jom kita mulakan dengan example yang pertama. So here we have ST graph, displacement against T graph. Okay, so the questions asks us to describe the motion of the object and calculate the velocity of each sections, referring to section AB, BC, CD, DE dan EF in the graph. Okay, so let's start with section AB. So let's write section AB. Okay, so let's highlight first. So here we have section AB. So from 0 to 5 seconds, you can see here that the object start from 0 meter and then move to the positive. Tengok nilai 100 ni, positive 100. Means that the object is moving in positive direction. Okay, B is positive direction. Contohnya ke kanan lah, to the right, until the object reach 100 meter. So, from B to C, okay, from B to C, from 5 to 8 seconds. So, maknanya dalam masa 3 saat, apa yang berlaku? Objek itu mungkin sedang berehat, tidak bergerak. It's stationary ataupun not moving for 3 seconds. And what happened from C to D? So the object come back to its origin ataupun origin point ataupun starting point. C to D daripada 100 meter berkurang dia punya displacement, dia patah balik until 0 meter. Okay? So, kalau kita bayangkan objek tu tadi dah sampai 100 meter, dia berehat and then dia patah balik. So, opposite direction. Okay. So, from D to E, so you can see here, displacement pada kosong lagi tidak bertambah ataupun berkurang. That's mean the object is stationary from 12 seconds to 14 seconds. Okay. And what happened from E to F? Okay. Tengok sini, displacement kita sekarang berada pada nilai negatif. Means that the object dah sampai dekat 0 meter and then it continue to moving until point F, di mana point F terletak di sebelah kiri ataupun the object is moving in negative direction. Okay, so before we start the calculation, let's try to sketch the motion of the object. Okay, for example, like this. So now let's try to label. Let's say I put this is point A. So this is the starting point. So the object start at point A. And what happened? It will move to point B, which is in this direction. Okay, dia bergerak sehingga 100 meter. Positive 100 meter. Okay. So for section B to C, so let's write C here, since the object still at point 100 meter, so it's stationary, tidak bergerak, mungkin dia berehat. Okay, daripada point C, dia patah balik ke point D. Okay, kita namakan sini point D, which is 0 meter. Okay, so it come back to this direction. So this is the negative direction. Okay, dia patah balik, negative direction. Jadi kalau objek tu patah balik, velocity dia nanti bila kita kira, mesti nilai velocity kita akan dapat negatif. Since the motion ataupun direction of the object is to the left. Kalau yang ini, bila kita kira to the right, so velocity kita nanti kita kira mesti dapat positif. Because the object is moving in positive direction. Boleh ya? Okay, so from D to E, okay, so the object stay at this point for 1 seconds, okay, 2 seconds, okay, and from E to F, okay, let's say this is point F, okay, which is 0, and here is negative 50 at point F. Okay, so the distance is negative 50, so ini adalah point F lah. Alright, so it's moving in this direction, therefore it's moving in negative direction. Okay, boleh. So bila dia bergerak in negative direction, sama juga velocity dia nanti akan dapat nilai negatif. Okay, so describe the motion of the object. Jadi bila kita nak describe the motion of the object, okay, so let's start with question A. So the object will move, okay, for a distance of 100 meter to the right. Okay, distance dia 100 meter to the right for 5 seconds. Okay, boleh salin Okay, and how about the velocity? Okay, let's say calculate the gradient. Okay, jadi sebelum awak kira velocity, awak describekan dulu section AB. Okay, kita tulislah kat sini. The object, okay, the object is moving, okay, for a distance of 100 meter to the right. Okay, to the right. Berapa lama dia bergerak to the right? For 5 seconds. Okay, and the velocity of the object, so kita kira lah. Okay, VAB. Remember, the velocity of the object means that you need to calculate the gradient of the graph. Since this is ST graph, so kita kena kira gradient of the graph. Ingat ya, dalam video sebelum ni saya ada mention ni saya lukis triangle sebab nak menunjukkan kecurunan dia adalah sama straight line graph. Okay, so from A to B, we can calculate the velocity ataupun gradient of the graph. Okay, velocity dapatnya daripada gradient of the graph, which is 100 minus 0 over 5 minus 0. And then the answer should be 20 meter per second. Okay, so kita boleh katakan, therefore, the velocity of the object, okay, when we want to describe the motion of the object, so the velocity of the object, okay, is berapa tu? 20 meter per second to the right. Okay, the direction is to the right. Kita dah sketch dah tadi motion dia, okay, from A to B to the right. That's why velocity you dapat nilai positif. Okay, so saya akan okay, highlightkan dekat situ. So now let's move to the next section. Let's say we put section BC. So this is very easy since section BC, the object is not moving. Awak describe lah kan, awak tulis dekat situ. The object is stop ataupun stationary. Bolehlah mana-mana The object, okay, the object stops for 3 seconds contohnya. Okay, minta maaf lah tulisan saya buruk ni. Okay, and how about the gradient? Kalau dah stop, tak adalah velocity. That's mean no gradient. Okay, where m is equal to 0 here. Okay, so the gradient of the graph is equal to 0, means that the velocity is also equal to 0 meter per second. Okay, so buatlah ayat, therefore, the velocity of the object is 0 meter per second. Okay, so now let's move to section CD. Okay, saya letak kat sini lah. Okay, section CD. Okay, saya highlight sikit so awak nampak. Okay, section CD, So start from 100 to 0 meter. So what happened to the object? The object is moving in opposite direction and back to its initial point. Dekat point A tadilah. Okay, dalam masa berapa saat tu? Dalam masa 4 saat. 8 to 12 seconds. Okay, so kita tulis dekat sini elok-elok. Okay, the object. What happened to the object? The object is moving, okay, in opposite direction. Dia patah balik kan? Opposite direction. Okay. And back to initial position. Okay, ataupun initial point. Okay. Which is point A lah. Boleh? Dalam masa berapa lama tadi? In 4 seconds. Okay. And how about the gradient? Kan kita dah tahu tadi dia patah balik negative direction. Velocity kita mesti akan dapat negative because the direction is in negative direction. Okay. And look at here. From C to D, the velocity still constant. Okay. Sebab graph dia adalah constant. Kan? Okay. Mungkin dekat sini awak boleh tambah. Velocity of the object is 20 meter per second kan? Ataupun constant lah. Kita tahu the velocity here is constant. Okay. Same goes to this one. Section CD. The velocity also constant. So kalau kita kira the gradient is equal to 0 minus 100 over. Okay, look at the graph. So 0. The final position is 0 minus 100 and x-axis dia adalah 12 minus 8. Okay, so 12 minus 8. So the gradient should be negative 25 meter per second. Okay, from the gradient means that, okay, therefore the velocity, okay, of the object, berapa tu? The velocity of the object is 25 meter per second and the direction is to the left. Okay, and remember that the velocity is constant. Okay, is constant daripada, okay, from 8 to 12 seconds. Okay, and how about D to E? Okay, D to E. Okay, mana saya nak letak ni? Saya letak kat atas ni. Okay, section D to E. This is very simple because the object is not moving. Dia stop sekejap. Okay, so kita boleh kata apa kat situ? Kalau not moving, stationary ke, not moving ke, okay, ataupun kita tulislah the object, okay, is at rest. Okay, for berapa second tu? For 2 seconds. Object is at rest for 2 seconds at point A. Ataupun kita kata at its initial point. Boleh. Okay. And how about the velocity? No gradient, right? So m is equal to 0. Therefore, the velocity is equal to 0 meter per second. Okay. So, kalau kira velocity dekat point DE tu, 0 meter per second. Awak labelkan lah. Tadi ni berapa velocity dia? Okay. Ni velocity CD 25. Okay. Ini kosong. Ni BC. Alright. So, let's highlight first. Okay. So, this is for velocity for CD. And this is DE. Okay, let's move to section EF. Okay, so letak kat sini. Section EF. Okay. Okay. So now, look at the motion of the object based on this graph. So, dia tadi dekat point D ke E. Lepas tu dia stay kan for 2 seconds. And then from E to F, it's moving to the left. Okay, so kita boleh cakap apa? The object. Okay, let's write. The object, okay, is moving to the left. Okay, it's moving to the left. Sejauh berapa tu? Berapa distance dia? Distance dia 50 meter. Direction dia to the left. Okay, so the object is moving to the left. Okay, for a distance of, sejauh mana dia bergerak? Okay, 50 meter. Okay, dalam masa berapa lama tu? In 6 seconds. Okay, in 6 seconds. Boleh? And the gradient of the graph should be negative 50 minus 0 over 20 minus 14. And the answer should be negative 8.33 and the unit is meter per second. Therefore, the velocity of section EF should be equal to 8.33 meter per second. Negatif lah. Okay. Direction dia adalah to the left. Okay. Direction dia adalah to the left. And the velocity is constant. Okay. Constant. The velocity is constant from E to F. Okay. So, kalau kita lukis kita punya triangle, kan, straight line graph ni, okay, kecerunan dia sama. Kecerunan dia sama. Kalau awak mendaki bukit ni, sama je kecerunan dia daripada awal sehingga akhir. Okay. So, finish part A. So, let's look at part B. Let's write here. So, let's say we want to calculate the average. I think I want to use the thicker ink for this one. Let's use thicker one. Yeah. Okay. So, B. So, the average speed. Okay. Average speed. Bila kita cerita pasal speed means that this is the scalar quantity. So, kita kena, dalam kepala kita kena fikir, kita kena cari distance. The total distance traveled by the object. Okay. So, since this is average speeds, okay, so V average is equal to the total distance bagi dengan the time taken. Okay, the time taken to travel from A to F. Okay, so let's look at the graph in order to calculate the total distance. Okay, kita boleh nampak lah daripada 0 to 100. Okay, 100 plus 0 tidak bergerak. And then plus another 100. Okay, ignore the negative direction because this is distance yang kita nak kira. Lepas tu tidak bergerak and then dia bergerak lagi 50 meter. So, it should be equal to 100 plus 100 plus 50 meter. So, total is 250 meter. And the time taken to travel 250 meter is equal to 20 seconds. Therefore, the V average, okay, ini average speed ya. Okay, sebab tu total distance. Okay, the answer is 12.5 meter per second. So, this is the answer. Okay, and how about average velocity? Okay, so for average velocity, so let's highlight. So, remember that we must calculate the total displacement. Velocity is the vector quantity. So, displacement also a vector quantity. Okay, and let's write V average for velocity is the total displacement bagi the time taken. Okay, berapa dia bergerak, selama mana dia bergerak tadi? 20 seconds. But now, look at here. Okay, so the object is moving from here, 0 to 100 meter, positive 100. Lepas itu tidak bergerak from B to C. And then from C to D, dia patah balik. Okay, dia patah balik from C to D. So, bila dia patah balik, what happened? The value of the displacement should be negative 100. So, 100, positive 100 plus negative 100 plus 0 and plus another negative 50 meter. Okay, negative means that the object is moving in negative direction to the left dalam case ini. Okay, so 100 plus negative 100 plus negative 50. So it's moving in 20 seconds. So this one we can cancel. So the answer is equal to negative 2.5 meter per second. So this is the average velocity of the object. Okay, so finish example number 1. So let's proceed to example number 2. See you in the next session. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe channel Madam Fika Fiki. Jumpa lagi. Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera.